Dungeness isn't really on the way to anywhere. It feels more like a place you choose to stop at, a deliberate detour, a sort of pause. Maybe it's even more dreamlike than real. Here distances feel uncertain. A barn can be a shed and a pebble a boulder. The wind relentlessly drives everything onwards, clouds and grasses, never still. So when I finally arrived, late in the day, the house stood quiet. Black timber walls, yellow frames, catching the light. The neighbours were out, and for an hour or so, I had it to myself. I had always wanted to see Prospect Cottage. Years earlier, I'd first noticed it in a university lecture. Just a small black and white photo tucked in the corner of a page. But somehow, it had pulled me in. Once the home of artist and filmmaker Jarman, who moved here in 1986 whilst living with HIV. Instead of retreating, he made a garden on this shingled desert. Not by softening the land, but by working with it. Driftwood, rusted iron and pockets of soil carried in. Plants tough enough to withstand salt and wind. It isn't a garden in the usual sense, but that's what makes it miraculous, I guess, that it exists at all. The small space is so different from the monumental, thought-through green parks that we're taught to admire. Fragile, improvised, holding its own against the odds. I walked slowly and carefully not to intrude, just watching the light shift across black walls and yellow windows. And when I left, I can't say I understood Dungeness any better. If anything, I left with more questions. But maybe that's the point. Prospect Cottage isn't about certainty, but it's about persistence, about beauty holding its own at the very edge of things. And in that wind and in that light, I felt it, fragile and fierce all at once. That beautiful evening light, shifting across black walls and yellow window frames.